Totus Tuus means totally yours in Latin. It's a phrase popularized by St. John Paul II to express complete devotion to the Virgin Mary. In Catholic tradition, this total Marian devotion is a way for believers to entrust themselves fully to Mary's care and guidance, trusting that she leads them closer to her son, Jesus. But some people today ask, does giving Mary such a central role take attention away from Christ? Is total Marian devotion a distraction? In this video, we'll explore these questions by looking at the background of Totus Tuus, the challenges it faces, and why it still matters deeply in modern faith. The story of Totus Tuus begins with theology and history. Marian devotion has been part of Catholic practice for centuries, rooted deeply in scripture and church teaching. The phrase itself gained fame through St. John Paul II, who made it his personal motto, reflecting his complete dedication to Mary as a way to draw closer to Jesus. Marian consecration means giving yourself fully to Mary's maternal care. The idea is simple. By trusting Mary, who perfectly followed God's will, believers grow in holiness and intimacy with Christ. This devotion is not about elevating Mary above Jesus, but about joining her journey toward him. Critics often worry that too much focus on Mary might pull believers away from Christ. They say that calling oneself Totus Tuus might mean putting Mary in the center of worship instead of Jesus. Some even worry it borders on idolatry or misplaced admiration. Others come from different Christian traditions and emphasize strictly following scripture. They question some Marian doctrines, like her role as a mediator, arguing that Jesus is the only true mediator between God and humanity. From their perspective, Marian devotion may seem unnecessary or even confusing. There are also psychological and social concerns. Some suggest that fully surrendering to Mary might hurt personal freedom or encourage passivity, making people less active in their faith or life choices. Let's respond to these concerns. First, Marian devotion is meant to bring believers closer to Christ, not to replace him. Mary's role is unique. She is called the Mother of God and the first disciple, a living example of faith. She points to Jesus just as a mother would point her child toward their father. The Church teaches a clear balance. Christ is the sole mediator between God and humanity. Mary's mediation is understood as supportive and participatory, not competitive. Church fathers like St. Augustine and recent popes have emphasized that devotion to Mary leads to deeper love for Jesus. Regarding psychological worries, surrendering to Mary can be empowering. It's about choosing trust, letting go of worries, and opening the heart to God's grace. Far from promoting passivity, this surrender can spark spiritual growth and renewed strength for faith. Why does Totus Tuus still matter today? Embracing total Marian devotion can bring rich spiritual benefits. Many who live this devotion find deeper faith, peacefulness, and clear direction in life. It often leads to personal transformation. There are countless stories of saints and everyday believers whose lives changed because they entrusted themselves to Mary. This devotion also builds community, uniting people in shared love and purpose. From St. Louis de Montfort to St. John Paul II, Totus Tuus has been a source of guidance, comfort, and courage for many generations. Even in a fast-paced, skeptical world, this devotion stands firm as a path to Jesus through Mary. If you feel drawn to Totus Tuus, here's how to approach Marian consecration with care. Take time to understand Mary's role biblically and theologically. Don't rush this step. Seek resources, like books by trustworthy authors or guides from Catholic communities, that explain how to embrace Marian devotion in a healthy, Christ-centered way. Balance your prayers to Mary by always including prayers directly to Jesus. Let Mary lead you gently, but keep Jesus as your main focus. Join faith groups or parishes where you can share your devotion and ask questions. Remember that Marian consecration is a journey, not a one-time event. It grows and deepens over time. In summary, total Marian devotion, expressed perfectly in Totus Tuus, faces understandable questions today. But when properly understood, it does not distract from Christ. It draws us closer to him. It honors Mary's unique role without overshadowing Jesus' central place. This path offers spiritual richness, peace, and transformation for individuals and communities alike. Embracing Mary fully, as Totus Tuus invites, remains a powerful way to live the Christian life more deeply. If you want your faith to grow stronger and your heart to find true rest, consider opening yourself to Mary's maternal love. Let her lead you on the path that leads straight to Christ. Saces deem Totus Tuus totally yours to Mary, totally understood in Jesus, and discover a fuller, richer Christian discipleship today.